This is my second time recording this video because the first one was a little bit of a hot take. So, I'm talking about the show Log Horizon. It's really unique because it's getting a third season. It has 2 seasons at the moment, but it's getting a third. Because it's getting a third season, I think it needs to be talked about. So, what is this show? Well, it's similar to SAO, but Giguk rates that it as S tier, and the Anime Man also rates it as S tier. It's alright, but it just... the animation is so weak. It's the opposite of Demon Slayer's problem. You have Demon Slayer where the animation is... well, it's not carrying the show. There is a decent story there, but it explodes its popularity because of its amazing animation. What Log Horizon has is it's a good story, but the animation is just so weak. It's terrible. Log Horizon is a much weaker animated show, but I don't know why. They have the budget. It's not a well-known show, but if they're making a third season, then that means people are watching it. People are enjoying the show. It just doesn't have the popularity that SAO does, or the name recognition. And I think that's a shame, but I don't know how it's still existing. I don't know why it exists. I'm about halfway through the second season at the moment, so it's a little bit of a hot take right now. But there's really not much to it. They're stuck in the game, and I could tell you from the first season, nothing happens. They don't figure out anything. The story, the characters are so unique, where what the biggest thing is, the NPCs, they actually have personalities. There's people to them. There's voices behind them, and that's unique about this Isekai is they aren't just all background characters. So that I do really like, but the overall story feels pretty weak. Like, it feels like a lot of filler, even though none of it's technically filler. It just feels like that there's filler episodes in the show. Like, oh yeah, this episode really could have been condensed down to a 5-minute segment. Oh, this episode could also been condensed down. It just feels extremely slow at points. That's why I'm kind of getting to why does this exist, is because it just seems like a SAO ripoff, but with a better story at some points. I will say, Akatsuki is one of the coolest characters. Akatsuki is super unique. She has, in the second season, I believe, the beginning of the second season, she has actual character development, and there's a section, and it splits between the main character Shiro and Akatsuki, and that's extremely unique. But unlike SAO, where the characters recognize the game as their new reality, in Log Horizon, they recognize the game as still completely a game. Like, there isn't that development where they realize, oh, we're stuck here forever, or we need to make the most of it, but we need to still try to escape. In Log Horizon, they just go, oh, okay, we're in a game, and that's how it is. There's really no effort to escape from the general public, and I think that's really what the show is missing. And because it's missing that, we need to escape the game, it just feels like, and they also don't accept that it's reality for them anymore. They still think it's a game. I'm not saying it, and it has a very upbeat speed to the entire show. I think that's good for some shows, but I think for Log Horizon, it really doesn't match up. It's a little bit too upbeat for how drab their situation is, and I think overall that's really what makes me question this show. And you can't look at the show and not compare it to SAO. SAO is extremely similar, and they both get similar ratings on my anime list. Log Horizon actually gets a little bit better ratings, which I strongly disagree with, especially with the Alicization arc of SAO. And Log Horizon, while it is a good show, I don't recommend it to watch to everyone. It's really only if you like apocalypse animes. If you like apocalypse animes, you will like Log Horizon. And if you really do like isekais like I do, it's a good watch. There's no comedy really. The comedy really doesn't translate over well. The overall story, it's kind of loosely held together. There's a lot of arcs, it seems like. But, I don't know. I'm just questioning this show. It's a decent show. I don't recommend it for everyone, but if you like Apocalypse and you love isekais, then give it a watch.